Alright guys, we're going to do a quick tutorial here for Sequoia OUT from the second tee. Let's go to practice field, and it's all set up for second tee out. Let's just dive right in. I'm not using any extra distance, no tees, no distance balls. I've just got the spin balls activated. You really don't need distance on this course. It's really all about getting the right lines. All right, the first tee, it's really the shot is a fade. Go around these trees. Usually, you want to put your triangle between these two sand traps. We get a little helping wind, maybe have a little short, but the pin's in the back, so I'm going to stick with what I said before. We're just going to aim right between those. The wind's not really going to be pushing it. It's going to push it a little bit to the right, but maybe something like that. Just keep in mind the purpose is is to get on the green. Don't worry about getting close to the pin, even though that's a decent shot. We want to be on the green. So if they tuck it behind one of those traps or whatever, all you're trying to do is put it on the green, and from here, you can make that putt. I do believe from the first and second tees, I think you can get on with a sky shot, as I'm showing here now. I can hit a sky shot a little over 400 yards, so it may not be as reachable for some of these shorter guys, but let's give that a try for my knowledge. I know the first tee, it's pretty, that tree doesn't really come into play near as much, but second tee it does a little bit. And see, as you can see, both of those ended up with pretty good results. I'm not going to take the time for any of this. We're just blowing and going. That should be in. We made an eagle. I pulled off the side of the road. I'm in a parking lot, so you'll hear the horns beeping. Oh, I didn't want to leave. And cars driving past. That's why. We're just going to go through the whole course. Second tee, this is fairly straightforward. From my distance now, it's 160. I can get there with a pitch shot. If you can't from here, I'd rather hit actually a backspin shot. That seemed to work best. But it's a 32 feet below, 150 yards. So that's really about a 5-yard short. Is where you want to be 155. The wind doesn't come into play for a pitch shot, so we're just going to play it right there. A little strong. Use that. And that should work out well. That's a makeable putt there. When they tuck it back here where they have it here, you really don't want to push it. You don't want to be off the green. So again, favor the middle of the green, favor short when the pin's in the back, favor long if the pin's in the front. Just make sure you're on the green first and foremost, and then use putting guides from there. All right, going to the next hole. Oh, one of the good ones. All right. Good Lord. Good time to have a big ass truck backing up right next to you. Let's pause. All right, we're back. All right, this hole is really the trick is to get around this tree. It's best if you've got a right to left wind, which I don't have. But I'll play a high fade is what I like here, or I'm sorry, high draw. The green's above your feet, so hang on guys. All right, So my play here is a high draw. As you can see by bouncing off that tree, you really don't want to go for the back, but the green is above, so you want to play long if possible. And now that truck has decided he wants to leave, even though he just got here. I probably want to back into the next spot. But and you see with the landing zone, that's going to be a decent shot. You want to play long, and you know, a high draw usually fits you right between that tree and the tree to the right. So, and we'll tuck it around. I've never really played with a high fade. Let's see what that will do. Looks like that would work as well, but just the shape of that green, it's not gonna, you know, you don't have a lot of room to play. Most likely I would aim for center of the green, which would be about right here, which is kind of what you're seeing. Let's see how that works out. Dadgum, I can't hit that for nothing. Screw it. Alright, you can see I hit it a little long for brevity's sake and ended up going a little long. See if I can make the chip shot. Not like that. Alright, don't do this. Yeah, I would not advise playing this hole this way. But, you know, the important thing was how to hit the green. That's what we're focusing on. And I did show you that, so we'll move on. Hole number, what are we on, 4 now? Getting to the par 5s. Oh yeah, this is the fun hole. You gotta get an alibi on this hole, or you're in trouble. Alright, that's the best place for the pin placement. Sometimes they'll put it up here. What I would advise you is, once again, don't even look at the pin. You want to try to put the ball right here, middle green, regardless. Best place to land is where I'm aiming right now. You want the ball to land, as you can see from that purple arrow. It's going to kick right. It'll take all the rough will take the speed off the ball, and it'll kick it right onto the green. So that's about where I want to be. Let's see, we've got, it's a little downhill, wind in your face. It's really, you know, kind of canceling each other out. So that's about where I would aim normally. So let's give that a run. I would use the heck out of your guides, or your perfect zones, especially any time that you're going anywhere near a tree. And it doesn't matter because I missed the whole freaking thing anyway. But as you can see, you hit one bounce in the rough and it trickles right to the middle of the green, right where you want to be. You got a 10-yard putt, but this green is flat as just can be, and with a little putting guide, should be very easy. Dead center, good to go. And easy alibi. It's one of the easiest holes in the game. With strong winds, if you've got a left to right wind, that's really a strong left to right wind can be the most treacherous. In which case, you know, you may have to try to play a draw in there, and that's really the only time that you may miss that thing. You could try to draw one in short and have it bounce over that front trap, but any other time it's fairly easy, fairly straightforward. All right, this hole, with my distance, as you can see, I can hit it all the way to that bend. I'm going to play it one time as if I'm only hitting it 260, 280. When my stats were under 400, I would go all the way down to a 3-wood sometimes. Usually I hit a fade shot just because it lines up with the fairway good. But there's a little bump right here, and you want your ball really to stop right here. If you can't hit it past this shadow, significantly, like not right here. You want to be up here. And that's what, 430. So if you can't drive the ball 410, I'm going to tell you take at least a 2 wood, 3 wood, and try to lay up to this spot right here. Okay, which would mean for me right now probably a 5 wood. No, not quite that bad. But probably a good medium 4 wood. And let me show you what that gives you. What that does is that lays you up in front of that big pine tree, as you can see, that's going to be between you and the green. But right in there, that's right on the back side of that hill. As you can see, there's kind of a rise. And now you can get to the right of that tree, go into the green. Just for added safety, I'll always hit the high draw. And this green does play a little short, but you don't really want to test it. Your wind's going left to right, so that's about where I would play it if I were playing this thing blind. Again, I would use perfect zone on this shot, especially. One little miss and you're in the water, and that's not good at all. So there we are, once again, kind of center back green. The pin's in a good spot for that. And so there you go. Let's back it up now with my longer stats. Like right now, if I hit that shot, it's a good chance I'm going to go through the fairway. So once again, I'm going to go ahead and hit the power fade, as it were. See if I can't get one laid up there a good distance.
Perfect shot.
Alright, now that'll play. Now I'm 114, which is kind of a dangerous distance, and this is why it's probably not a good idea for me to even play this way most times. That pin's not bad, but anytime the pin's on the front side right here, I still will lay up and hit that draw shot in. It's easier to hit something that's on this side of the green, just because the pitch shot is, especially at this range, for a person with my stats, is a very low shot. So really, I'm just going to aim right at it. And in all honesty, I don't want to be short, so I'm going to be probably about right there. I'm not going to take too much off of it. And I should have used the perfect zone, but hit it anyway. And as you can see, even though the guide said I was going to land up there near the pin, I knew I wasn't. I barely cleared the moat as it were. So there you go. Play it safe. Aim for the green, and take the easy birdie, eagle. Alright, that's what, 5th hole. Move on to the 6th. Now this one, if I remember right, this is the one, when I first started playing, I could hit 12, 13, occasional 14 under with relatively low distance, but I could never reach this green. Now I can reach this green, and then when I started reaching this green, I was playing really good. That was the optimal range, when your distance just gets to where you can hit 380. But now that I can kill the ball relatively, I can't hit this green for anything. If I hit it short like I'm aiming now, it'll bounce up and stop, and if I land on the green at all, it'll roll off. So I really don't have a lot to offer here, guys. If one of you guys do, y'all please tell me, because I'd like to be able to get an eagle on this hole, and I can't. See, that's as I say it, I landed it perfect. But a couple feet shorter and it stays short, a couple feet longer and it rolls into that trap in the back. So alright, I'm not going with my famous pin method right now. I'm just eyeballing and hit that one too hard anyway. Ugh.
Birdie try.
Alright. Sorry guys, I'm kind of rushing this one, so I'm not going to have time to edit. There's going to be a little bit of dead space in the video. One word of warning for these steep uphillers like that, never go past the line. You can hit significantly below the line on those uphillers, and it'll still go in. I'll explain that on the upcoming putting video that will come out in November. All right, and then number 7, one of the tough par 3s. This one similarly doesn't act right to me. The shape of the green in that pin location is a high fade. If it's over here in this wing, it's a high draw, and if it's in the middle, I'll use a backspin shot. Probably have gotten the stats now where I can use a backspin shot at this location, but not with the wind in my face and it uphill. As you can see, it's coming up short. So I'm going to hit the high fade. And again, this is one that it's uphill, so you want to go long and the wind's in my face. But if I were hitting this blindly, I would probably add 15 to 20 yards to the distance, which would probably be 230. And that looks like it'll be okay. So let's play that, see how it'll work. Usually when I play it right, I do the math in my head and get a distance like this, it goes long. Don't know why I'm not using my perfect zones. They come free in the practice round, and that's what you want it to do. And then as you can see, I still rolled off the back. This is just a hard one for me to hold. So if any of you guys have a tip on this one, I'm all ears as well. I would love to have a surefire method. Usually I'll do my math like I did there and then take 5 yards off that. So it probably should have been a 225 distance. That probably would have worked pretty well. But hey, I made the putt. That's a 1 in 5 venture right there for me. All right, this hole I like. This is one that's been friendly to me usually, and it's pretty consistent. Easy draw shot, and you aim right there. I don't care really where maybe, all right, the wind's in my face, maybe add 3 yards. Don't get too aggressive changing this up. If it's with you, I rarely will aim into this green. I aim usually right on the back corner, but I'll add 2 or 3 yards on it right there. You don't want to go any further than that. If the pin's up here, if the pin's over here, same thing we always do. Aim in the same spot, go center green. If it's tucked way over on the right, okay, bleed to the right, maybe to here. If it's on the left, bleed over a little bit. But what you're wanting to do is you're wanting to land in this little crescent right here that has a big slope on it. It takes all the speed and it bounces and leaves the ball dead center of the green. So we want to be about 303 right there. Oh crap, it's a 99% or so. This may take me a second. That'll be good enough. And I missed the damn perfect zone. But got a good result. I missed it barely, so it didn't really affect it much. But that's exactly what you're looking for. These guys were playing maybe good enough that they're getting inside 5 yards each time. But my advice to you is, don't bother with it. Aim for center green, and then make your putts. Because that's when you gotta have it. You got a much higher chance of aiming at the green than you do at a pin. All right, the final hole, and this one, I'm going to be honest, I don't remember. I think you can hit a draw through these woods onto the green. Yes, but it's close. I want you guys to mess with it. So as you can see, I moved over just a hair, and now we're hitting a tree. And I think if you move over to this side of the green, you're going to catch a tree as well. Good God. So it's really, dead center of the green is where your line is that you can actually make. And it's, you know, if you've got a lead, hang on a second, guys. I'm gonna pause again. All right. Anyway, if you've got a lead at this point, I would say back out and hit a fade around the trees. And you know what I would say at that point, if you have a lead, aim long with the fade, go to driver, and then hit it to the flag. All right, what that does is that keeps it low. You'll bounce, and then you'll hit the sand. As you can see, that's what you want. Now you got a nice, easy little, you know, sand pitch shot that'll leave you there for a real easy birdie, or hey, maybe get lucky and hold it out. If you've got to have the shot, you got to, you know, if you're tied or down one and you got to go for it, then yeah, let's hit the draw. Aim center green. This one's downhill, wind's in your face a little bit. I would probably aim about right there where we have it. 5 yards long. Yeah, probably about 95 is where I'd want it. And then I'd play that distance. But just know that this line, before you guys go in and play it, please come in here and practice this hole, you know, several times. As you can see, I still rolled through the green. And you know, we're playing with fire going through that chute, but there is one there. Y'all practice it on your own a few times and get comfortable with it before you play it, because it's gonna be trouble if you don't. And that's gonna be it, guys. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'll cut this one out and make it
Birdie chance.
final. I think that is our 9th hole, isn't it? Let me verify that, and I'll close it out. Yep, that's it. So there you go, fellas. Well, good luck.